Coming up on the Apocalypse Soon podcast.
What do you see? Whoa, get over here.
Hey, folks, real quick before we do anything else, go over to wherever you're consuming this podcast and check the links below. We got links to YouTube, Patreon, EddiePepitone.com, where you can get everything Eddie Pepitone. You can see all of his tour dates. If you want exclusive clips of this podcast and you want to get the podcast the day that it comes out, go over to Patreon. You can be a $10 or a $20 member for bread or circus. If you want to throw the $20 down, we'll get you some apparel, some special, nice little exclusive stand-up clips from the man himself. And now, let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're in the park. We can't believe it. It's sunny, but it's cold. We're sitting out here. He's got a beautiful red vest on, a beautiful white hat on. The glasses match the vest. He's a beautiful, hilarious man. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon. We are still homeless. We are in the park, and it feels pretty good. Me and Kevin now, we just toured the country in an RV. We toured the country in an RV a lot of times, and we don't have a bathroom in the RV. And a lot of times, Kevin will say, stop, I've got to go. And I will jam on the brakes. Kevin will, and Kevin will urinate anywhere. I'm talking about on supersonic highways. I'm talking about right outside of art museums where people are at catered events. But anyway, we're still homeless. We're here. I don't see it's Sunday today. Yeah. We're recording on a Sunday, and there's a lot of folks running around. It's chilly, which I love.
Yes.
How are you doing there, brother?
I'm doing so good, man. It's a great day. The clouds are puffy in the sky, and it's a beautiful day. It's been drizzly for the last week. The rain. LA has gotten a lot of rain now. I didn't really read the weather the last 2 days, but the Sierra Nevadas, do you know where they are? Not exactly.
They're in California and the Rockies.
I believe they're northeast of here.
Okay, but that supposedly got really stormed with snow.
Oh, really?
Which is good news for California as far as snowpack and water reserves and everything. And we got a bunch of rain because I was driving, and this isn't to come at you folks or hurt you, Kevin, but I was driving to the Comedy Store and the Improv the last couple of nights, and main room shows again.
No, it's fine.
No, I know that your day will come. I have ants crawling on me. That's the one thing about the indoor studio. We never had ants. Crawling on us.
No, we don't. I mean, I've got ants crawling on the camera. There's ants crawling. I just keep finding one or two here or there.
Yeah, I got ants on me today, but the
only podcast.
I've had sex with ants, and I'm talking about, the familial thing, not these little ants, but ants who get drunk during Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Ants who get drunk during Christmas.
Keep it in the family. You gotta. That's the Christmas gift that keeps on giving, psychologically in your memories for decades and decades.
Yeah, my aunt Frederica was teaching me piano, and all of a sudden a hand. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. That's why I use VPN.
That's right. That's right.
But anyway, it's been raining. I've been driving to these shows, and I actually... I used to be afraid to drive in the rain in L.A.
Oh, really? Like, legitimately?
Yeah, because people would make such a big deal of it out here.
Yeah.
And I go up, and this isn't to hurt any of you out there as well. I go up Laurel Canyon, where there was a famous music scene in the 60s and 70s, and now it's just, murders up there. But it's the canyon
Still
that
beautiful,
goes...
though.
It's very beautiful. It's a great place for a murder.
Great, beautiful
spot.
Look
up 4 on the floor murders in Laurel Canyon. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yes, I do. Yeah.
There's some great murders in L.A.
Solid murders. Great stories, great backstories.
Damn it.
All the drama, you got to love it. Oh, I see another ant crawling on your. You're there. Actually, a couple of them here.
Fucking ants on me. Oh shit!
Did I set us up in a? I think I may have set us up on an ant.
Well,
hill.
you know what? What would be funny is if the podcast ended with me just getting eaten alive, like there's like millions of ants on my face, but I'm still doing an Alan Margaret, like, ooh, ow, I can barely see you under the ants, Margaret. Why doesn't Pepitone move? This looks like the end, baby.
He won't get out of character. He's stuck in the Allen Margaret. He won't move from the ants. His life is in imminent danger, and he won't stop. He's committed to the craft.
This is such a great podcast. As you can hear the planes and ants on us. You know,
the highway's right there.
The highway is right there. We have dogs and people. Some of the people are unhinged. I'm looking this way and I see it looks like a model. A very pretty woman is getting filmed by a gentleman, and that, by the way, is a scenario for murder. There's a lot of murders that's happened in LA when quote unquote photographers will tell pretty women, hey, I'll film you in the Angeles forest.
That's right.
And then they never come back. And I think Dorothy Stratton may have been the most famous one. Look up 4 on the Floor murders. Dorothy Stratton.
Meet me in the forest. I'll shoot you. I get it, though. There's a lot of...
the forest is cinematic.
It is.
The sound of the doggies, the ants crawling, the planes.
We need a woman behind us, creeping around behind the tree. That is the last
That
thing
would be hilarious when we did have the lurker, I think we called her. And she had kind of a... If you guys saw that episode, she had kind of a nasty face on her. She was feeding squirrels, but it would be hilarious if we were stalked by models.
Yes.
That would be better as far as I'm concerned. I mean, when I get stalked, I prefer it to be someone put together well.
Pardon me, gentlemen. Is this SAG? Can I be in the background of your film?
Yeah. By the way, it's funny that, your idea of a model is someone from the South, sort of.
Pardon me. Would you mind if I show my beautiful face on your podcast?
I'm just looking for a break in this town. You don't happen to know where the Angeles forest is, do you?
I just need a place to cool a couple of these pies.
Oh, man. So what happened? So you've been working at the Improv. What have you been doing? You went to San Diego.
I did.
Tell the crowd, tell the podcast audience and the crowd around us here. A lot of doggies out here.
A lot of dog. I did 2 shows.
Tell the crowd. Yeah, tell us about San Diego while I zip up my jacket.
Dude, zip it up. Yeah, I did 2 shows. The first show, not great. Not a solid show.
Really? What happened? Oh, I love that.
There was about 12 people in this back patio of this.
12 people.
Yes, and
it wasn't a whistle stop, was it?
No.
I feel like a guy.
You gotta
eat
now. You gotta eat for this.
I feel like a guy in a movie now. What because you're telling me a story about bad sets, and a comic loves to hear about bad sets.
It was there was no spot, so there was either all the lights on or completely pitch black, and so then
I guess you got to go all lights.
You got to go all lights. Well, then
which is horrible for a stand-up show.
One of the cooks or something came out with the brightest single light bulb I've ever seen in my life. So then we had that, and that was not better because then it was so bright.
Brightest single light.
Yeah.
Here you are, sir. I don't know where this guy's from, but here you are, sir. This is a light I used to find my wife when she went missing.
Yeah.
Did you ever find her? No, and it wasn't me.
Yeah, this thing, I think he unscrewed the heating lamp from the, above the waiting area, at the restaurant. So that was, and everybody struggled. We were all back there.
Of course.
The customers were struggling. The comedians were struggling.
That is such a lose-lose. What you're describing is such a lose-lose for the comics, for the audience. Mm-hmm. When audiences are that small in a weird space, they don't want to laugh. They're scared to laugh because the crowd is so small. And the comics, who are already broken people.
Yep.
You know, I was talking about this with comics backstage at the Comedy Store last night, how we're all broken and we try to get love and validation. And if you're in that situation, by the way, this is a damn good banana.
Oh, I mean, it looks good.
And I'm taking a chance because the ants are crawling on me and I'm getting pieces of banana on me.
You're rubbing it in their face, really. I mean, you're really kind of throwing
I might get a lot of more ants. And I'd like to shout out to my Aunt Frederica, who took advantage of me at the piano many years ago. She laid me on the surface.
Oh, that's as horrible as incest is. It sounds like a nice scene.
This wasn't incest.
I thought it was your aunt.
Yeah, is that incest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's any family members having sex is incest. I'm pretty sure.
Welcome to What is Incest? I am your host, Jim Stevens.
That would be funny. You're like, I've been in a relationship with my aunt for 4 years. You're like, Eddie, that's incest.
No, it's only during Christmas, and it's only when she's really drunk.
Yeah.
By the way, do you have any off? I've got ants all over me because of the banana. The guy who's bedeviled by not only his real life ants, during Christmas, but ants then crawl like ants just bedevil this guy.
You can't get away. He loves putting honey on his bananas.
No, honey would be the absolute coup d'etat. The first show now
not great.
Now that would have pissed me off. Tell you why? Because you're coming from L.A. to do that. It's a 4 hour. What is it? 3 hour drive? 3.5.
Yeah, well, it's about 2.5. It's about
3.
3 on the way down with traffic for sure, and then about 2 back. So you
drive 3 hours to fucking do a terribly run show. Obviously,
yeah. I think it was a relatively new show, and the showrunner was so sweet. She was, and she was stressing out, because the people and all that stuff. But
she should have made. Well, so you had a second show.
I had a second. Well, I'll tell you about that first show. I got him. I got him.
You got the little crowd.
I got the little crowd on my side.
Now
which
that's
felt very
pretty good.
Yes, but it was. Man, it was tough going. I started the set out by alienating the entire crowd.
Of course.
Being like, I'm better than this place. I made some sarcastic smartass.
And they weren't going with it?
No. I was like, this is the culmination of all my years of hard work, is being back here with you 12 people.
Yeah.
And nobody laughed.
How did you get them then?
I talked. There was these 3 girls over to the left. I started flirting with them and talking to them about their love life and telling them, how unfortunate it was that they wouldn't be able to have sex with me because of my beautiful marriage with my wife, and that got them. And then I started talking around with,
So you did some crowd work. And
little crowd work, and then I was able to get back into the...
You endeared... my crowd work is always horrible in the sense that I'll say, so where are you from? And I don't... And they'll say Ohio, and I'll go, that tracks.
Yeah.
I'll say, I'll be like, because Ohio sucks, sir. And I did this during the week, and he looked at me mad. He was mad, I'm just kidding, but...
He took it personally.
Yeah, and then I doubled down.
Of course. You got it.
I say, that's where the rust belt is. And, sir, I don't know what the problem is with you folks. If things are rusty, you use Rust-Oleum or you paint it twice.
That's right.
And nothing.
Nothing. Well, you reference Rust-Oleum, which not everybody gets. That's a working class man's,
Is it still on the market?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know. I used to stock it though when I worked at Wilshire Paint Company.
You've been around, buddy.
It was funny too because we talked about all my jobs and I realized I missed a bunch I have. I've worked.
Is that right?
Yes, I've worked.
Isn't that wild how we,
Yes.
our memory, and I think it's trauma. I bet the ones you missed were horrific in some way.
Well, when I worked at the paint company, there was this guy that was. They were all recovering addicts.
At the paint company?
At the
You know,
paint
I'll tell
company.
you why. People sniff paint.
Oh yes.
And the recovering addict knows that if I want to slip
Yeah.
from my recovery, I could just open up a can of Magenta Benjamin Moore,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be flying as high as, the Aviator.
There was this one guy that worked there, good-looking, short Hispanic guy,
Tell me more.
and he would talk about.
Hello.
He would talk about his. I think it was his girlfriend, or I think it was his wife. But he would. He was always in trouble with his wife, and he would always tell us how much he loved her and how great she was. And then a woman would come in with a paint swatch, and he would fall in love. And he'd be like, hey, you see that customer that came in?
Let me tell you something. You see him going over the paints
Yeah.
with the woman. By the way, I don't care whether you get sky blue or ice blue. I just want you to know that I am blue without you. Now, I love my wife, but I would love to fuck you from here to the end of the world.
To the end of the world. Because this color is your
Would you
eyes.
like to see the movie Poor Things with me? I am an AMC member and I get discount tickets.
I don't know if it's good, but I can't afford not to go. I don't know what accent
I
this is.
can't afford not to go. I can't afford not to go. My name is Carlos Ricardo Frederica.
I have to. If I don't see 3 movies a week, it's not a value for
It
me.
isn't going to work and I need to see this, but I need to see it with you, and I hope you can blow me.
Yeah. Oh, this guy would get stuff done on his lunch break, Eddie, that was just wild. Like, getting blown. He's 69 and in his car and hooking up with the broads in there in like.
See, I never had this in my life.
No, me neither. I had to date a woman for 5 years and marry her before I got to have sex with her. You know, that was my game.
Now, sweetie, I've taken you out to 300 movies, and I didn't have the AMC discount. By the way, sweetie, I got ants all over me. Maybe that's why you won't sleep with me.
Yeah. The answer a deal breaker, but yeah, no, that would blow me away. But no, the second show though, Eddie, was very good. The second show,
Tell me what happened.
Second show had about 60, 70 people.
Oh.
Popping.
60, 70. So everybody came to the Late Show. What time was the Late Show?
The Late Show was like 9:45, 9. We started around 10.
What was the when was the early show?
The early show was like at 7:30. Oh,
hi
look at
guys,
these puppers.
I hope we got that on camera.
You're fine.
So tell me, so the early show
was great.
too early. The early show was too early.
Early show too early.
Yeah.
Not enough booze. Second show, plenty of booze. Lots of people. Great show. I drove home with a spring in my step. You know?
Good.
They didn't.
Good.
You know what was great about it? They didn't light me, and so when
What?
I got off,
They didn't like you?
No, they didn't light me. I didn't get.
Oh.
I didn't get a light, and he said you were doing good. I didn't want to mess you up, so I just let you.
How
keep
much
going.
time did you do?
I ended up doing around 20.
Oh, nice.
So it was fun, and I needed it. I needed to have a good set.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you. I needed a good set last night myself.
You did great last night, from what I hear. Oh wait, no, was that the improv? Or
That
was
was
the night before?
well, the improv I did great, and last night I did really well too at the Comedy Store main room, because on Thursday, last night was Saturday, and Thursday I had kind of it was a weird night, and
you got it. It happens.
yeah.
I think
So I needed a good set at the store in the main room. It's so fun doing what we do, man. That comedy thing. Oh God, sometimes you really got to just step back from it.
Yeah.
And just fucking not perform for a little while.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I always liked when we did that Comedian Cinema Club, or having like a secondary, acting or improv or something that's not stand up, because there's so much out there. But in stand-up, I don't know, and I see this with a lot of stand-ups, you get this tunnel vision that's all that matters, you know? And, you forget about the beautiful blue sky and the puppy dogs and the ants crawling on you.
Right.
But I love it. Speaking of, we got a little critter back here crawling up the tree.
A squirrel?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're about 15 minutes in.
Let's...
or we're 16 minutes in.
Let's get her started here.
Should we do a guided meditation just to
sure.
rev up the engine? Get people...
Yeah, I think people need to relax and unwind.
Yes.
I mean, we've been talking about intense things. Ants.
Yes.
You know.
Ants, incest, the AMC Stubbs program.
With the horny paint guy.
Yes.
You know, recovering addicts around paint.
Oh, the other thing I want to tell you.
See, I didn't want to start killing them, but I am.
One of the guys at the paint place, I'm
going to have to shower after this and just wash all the ants off me. Baby, I got to shower. Why, honey? Look, Margaret, I got ants all over me. God damn it, Al. You know what that does to our lovemaking. I hate when the ants crawl inside me. Look, Margaret, I have no control over how many ants are on me. Mm-hmm. And you know what, Al? I don't know why your aunt Sylvia is always calling here, drunk. Look, Margaret, I have ants on me. Yeah, but I'm talking about Sylvia, your Aunt Sylvia, the one who lives in Ohio. That's the Rust Belt. Yeah, I know, Al, and I don't know why they don't use Rust-Oleum. Margaret, just stop it. I have to shower and get these ants off me. Well, don't use my soap, Al, because the last time,
buddy.
The last time that you used my soap to get the ants off you, I then used my soap. I used the soap and the ants went inside of me. I think so anyway. I think everybody is ready for...
I love when you do Al and Margaret and there's people around. It's my favorite my favorite thing because like people, it takes a second for people to go, oh, okay. They're like, what is happening over here?
I think people glance over here and go, oh, those are the broken guys.
Yep. I used to have it all.
They don't have a studio.
Yes. Hey, we're turning down studios.
That's true.
This is a choice.
You know, our feedback so far, and please give us feedback.
Yes.
The email is, you usually get it wrong, but the email is...
EddiePepPodcast@gmail.com. Or
Eddie Pep Podcast? At Gmail?
I think so.
I think that's it.
I think that is it.
But email us, give us your feedback. Also become a Patreon member, and we go back and forth with Patreon members. We got a lot of people chiming in. Mm-hmm. Max, who is very combative and then very supportive. Max sends mixed signals, and you could be one of those people too.
He's like family in that way.
He's like an aunt.
Yeah. He's they're not afraid to share his true feelings, but he does love us.
Right, and so far the feedback has been people have been digging the kind of craziness in the park, right?
Yes. We did have one guy that he said he felt like us being in the park was making you hold back. But I didn't see
Did he say that?
Yeah, one guy.
He's partly right because did you just take an ant off?
I got an ant off your neck.
Look, Aunt Sylvia, not today. You're drunk.
Hey Eddie, did you ever use incognito mode to do some nighttime research on your phone?
Well, yes. I sometimes I'll Google, and I know a lot of people are like me. When a relationship isn't going well, I will Google duct tape, Clorox, and shallow grave, something like that. And I don't want to be. I don't want that coming back to me because I'm just doing harmless research. Wink, wink.
Well, did you know that if you use incognito mode, it doesn't actually hide any of your searches or any of your internet history from the owner of the Wi-Fi? That's your boss, your school's IT department, your parents. That's why you need ExpressVPN, Eddie.
Oh, does ExpressVPN completely hide it?
Mm-hmm. ExpressVPN is an app that sends 100% of your traffic through an encrypted server to keep your eclectic tastes in cinema private. It's like a super incognito
pornography,
mode.
I think. Yes.
Yes.
Now, I definitely want that kept secret.
Yeah.
Because of, my niche. My niche pornography is when people are hung from a ceiling and they're called names and their credit report is read to them and then they're jerked off by a dog. And I don't want that scene.
You don't want to see that. ExpressVPN also unlocks a ton of new movies and TV shows because you can choose where in the world you want to be. I just binged It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, even though it's not usually available on Netflix. How? I use ExpressVPN to switch my location to the UK. You want to watch Fargo? It's not on Netflix? Try ExpressVPN. Try Canada. Maybe it's there. I can go to more than 100 different countries and watch whatever I want on any streaming platform.
Yeah, this is a great service, that allows you freedom on the internet, and it doesn't, and it gives you some alternative to these corporate cocksuckers bending you over, which is another one of my niche pornographies. I like when people are bent over.
A man in a three-piece suit,
yes.
With a lot of money.
Yes.
And he pulls a woman out of a box.
But I want that encrypted.
You gotta have it encrypted. Well, use ExpressVPN. You can use our special link, expressvpn.com/pep, to get 3 extra months completely free. That's expressvpn.com/pep to help support the podcast and get 3 extra months of ExpressVPN absolutely free.
Please do it now, folks, and keep your privates private and binge It's Always Philadelphia in Bulgaria.
Get yours today. Oh, my God. Should we get into a guided meditation?
Yeah, before the ants devour me.
And as the ants crawl across your skin and you can feel each individual leg, boom, 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 across your neck, take a deep breath and enjoy another episode of Guided Meditation with Eddie Pepitone.
All right, everybody, I want you to just get a can of just get a can of bug spray and spray yourself all over, and do it naked. Take off your light-fitting clothing and spray your naked self with all kinds of bug spray because of climate breakdown. There is a proliferation of insects in a lot of communities where there is grass. And I'm not talking about the type of grass that one rolls up and smokes and then overeats and listens to Jimi Hendrix or Al Jarreau or Robert Gordon. I'm not talking about that type of grass. I'm talking about grass that is available. What do you see? Oh, get over here. Did the camera get that?
Oh, yes.
You gotta film that.
Oh. Yes.
You fucking see that? We were right under that.
I mean, what did it tell you?
I don't know.
I guess we would do it too bad. Crazy.
Wow.
Can I? Holy shit, man. You fucking like that.
Yes. Yeah, we're fine.
You guys don't read that tree just for photos?
Yeah, we just did that for the podcast.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
You guys move pretty quick,
So this fucking tree just fell during our podcast. People are here. They're checking up on our health. That really felt like I was running for my life at some point.
You were.
I was.
Your feelings were valid. Super valid.
I've got to tell my shrink this, that my feelings were valid finally.
Are they not telling you that?
Look at this. You know, one fell recently over there. Did you guys see that? We come here all the time. Yeah, there was another huge tree. So this is what's going on in LA all over the place because of the saturation of the rain, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy.
What'd you do to the tree, Eddie?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to me, too, because I've lived here for 10 years. And
You've got roots.
here they are. Are you okay, Kev?
Yeah, dude, my
Talk to,
my adrenaline's pumping.
your adrenaline's pumping.
I will say the community.
These guys were at the comedy store last night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was like, wait a second, is that the guy?
The guy.
What are the
That just almost got
fucking
killed?
chances?
Yes.
He's alive.
Like probably 5 minutes earlier about who's gonna die sooner. And then we were like, who knows though? There's the highway.
Holy
Be
shit.
safe.
Yeah, you too. Nice meeting you.
I wonder, those ants were trying to warn us.
Holy shit. Yeah, guys. See ya. Yeah, glad I'm alive too. Holy shit. All right, are we live?
We're there.
Welcome back to Apocalypse Soon. Well, as you can see, folks, the tree we were under, and this is really, this is something that you cannot write.
Nope.
You obviously cannot plan, but the tree we were under, I was about to do a guided meditation, and you actually saved my life because you were like, run.
Yes.
This tree fell, it would have killed us, and we just got out of the way.
Yes.
The branches would have hurt us, actually. The tree landed just short of the chairs, but we got out of there. L.A. has been getting so much rain that trees are being uprooted, but we want to tell you that this is the kind of podcast we bring you.
That is right.
Is that during we risk our lives to be out here, and it's not just lone gunmen or people who have snapped because we live in a military industrial complex. The environment is dying. I have ants still on me.
Oh my God! Everybody came over. We'll throw some of the footage from when people came over. But yeah, dude, whew! I told some lady. She goes, "What? You guys were under that tree?" Oh yeah, we're recording a podcast. She goes, "What's it called?" I go, "Apocalypse Soon." She goes, "No, it's not." Yes, it is. They're like, "How is that's what a coincidence?"
Yeah, and there's a couple of stories.
Some ladies just shaking their head at
There's
us.
a couple of stories. It's so funny because everybody in the park ran over. I mean, they saw us running from the tree, so it was kind of dramatic. And they ran over, and everybody was like. And it turns out there's a couple of things that were kind of cool. Two of the people, a couple, I have them on film. I don't know if we have it on the camera. But I have it on film. Two of the people were at the Comedy Store last night and saw me.
The show doesn't stop.
They said, "Are you a comedian? What's your name?" I said, "Eddie Pepitone. We saw you last night," and they were here in the park when that tree. And then another guy that is an actor I met a while ago doing a play of my friend Richie's. This guy Curtis.
Oh.
So it's like it's really wild how. Catastrophe and disaster brings people together.
Yeah,
I'm shaken up, quite frankly.
I am shaken up too, man. I got the adrenaline is pumping. I'm so good at acting cool under pressure, and I'm feeling very.
You saved my life, saying run, And for that, I might treat you to a steak and eggs.
Oh.
It depends, though, on how my finances play out.
I imagine there was so many people watching that happen. What are you looking for? Oh,
Your wallet.
Your wallet. Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, everything is amiss. I thought I left my wallet under the tree, and then I realized I don't think I took it. But this is the kind of thing that happens. And climate catastrophe, by the way, they linked climate catastrophe to mental health issues. And I just had a mental health moment where I thought, because of the tree falling,
Yeah.
I ran and left my wallet. But apparently, I didn't bring my wallet with me.
Yeah, I thought I was running around screaming my wife's name right after it came down. I go, Jenny, are you safe? She wasn't.
Well, I'm
here.
going to have to enroll in some kind of. I think for me to recover from this, I'm going to have to, have you seen when seniors throw a ball in a pool to each other with floaties on? I'm gonna enroll in that.
Well, the Y's right down here. I mean, we could get you in one of those.
I used to be in that Y.
Yeah.
But there were too many children, like little kids, and I don't like to do the gym with little kids.
It's hard to be pumping iron when there's a 9-year-old staring at you. It doesn't feel right. Man.
Oh, man, huh?
Whoo-wee.
So, I think we should try to finish the guided meditation.
Gotta do it. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Let's just go. Let's get right. You want to go? Should I do another intro? Or just get right back into it. I think we should get right back into it. We already did the intro.
All right, everybody. Ooh, that was an event, and a lot of people are probably thinking, "Oh, Eddie's not going to finish the guided meditation." Well, you're wrong. Get the ants off you. Spray yourself down. Yes, a tree may have fallen in my direction, but it's not going to stop me from breathing out. So with your first out breath, I want you to let go of the tree that almost fell on you. You know, the fact that it's a metaphor for how unstable and how shaky and fragile our lives are. You know, our lives are very, very, everything comes to pass. This tree is hundreds of years old. I've been living in this area for 11 years, so I know it's at least 11. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go hundreds. Well, maybe 100. There's now an ant in my eye, and I want you to breathe out all the critters that are crawling inside you. Al, he's talking about what happens to me with the soap covered with ants. Margaret, let him finish. He's been through a trauma. Okay. So, with your first out breath, breathe out the catastrophe that you just witnessed. Breathe out the life-threatening event that you just witnessed. And now, with your first in-breath, breathe in new chances. Breathe in, it's a new beginning. That's the one thing about life. Everything ends and then it begins. It ends and begins, and we are right in between that ending and beginning. We are right in between. Now, I don't know what that means. Really, I don't know what that means philosophically. I don't even know if that makes sense scientifically. But just go with the flow. And I think if today has taught us anything, it is the fact. Is that tree falling? No. I think if today. I'm sorry, folks, but now, you know, trees are a lot of people's higher power. I want you to breathe that in, that native. There is an ant. I think it's inside. The call is coming from inside the house. The ant. Folks, I think the biggest thing I want to do is plea for a new studio. I think that this may have run the gamut. All right, with your final out breath, I want you to breathe out the fact that Eddie and Kevin are still with us no matter how hard you try.
Thanks for joining us on another guided meditation with Eddie Pepitone. Oh man, dude! You said that tree was. I thought I was ready. I thought you
What?
When you said, "Is that tree falling?"
Did I say that?
Yeah. No. Right now. When you
Just now.
Yeah. You're like, "Is that tree falling?" No. They can't.
You
stop.
actually thought
I got scared for a second.
it would be funny if they came down faster, like if the trees just popped out of the ground. Like someone popping out of a birthday cake, stripper out of a cake, tree out of the ground.
Happy birthday. Yeah, dude. Oh, my gosh. Well,
Holy shit, folks. Holy shit bags.
we're still here. Now we need to witness a shooting, and we need
Let's
to
not bring that up.
We
I mean,
need more catastrophes.
I kind of think we manifested. They say you manifest things, and I kind of think we might have manifested that, because we talk about the uprooting of, people's lives and how, things are unstable, and then boom, we're in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was. We talked a lot about the how the ground was all so saturated, and that's what this is. This is ground saturation right here.
Now, will you be able to go through the film later and see the moment?
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Because we have to put that up as a teaser.
Absolutely.
People are not going to believe it.
Yes, a tree fell on us. A tree falls on two podcasters.
During a podcast, a tree falls, or something. No, it's something. It can be worded better.
Yeah, there's something in there. There's some sort of play on word. If you're podcasting in front of a tree that falls, does anybody watch it?
Here it is. Here's the title: If a tree falls during a podcast, what would that be? If a tree falls during a podcast, look at these fucking ads.
We just can't. We can't.
Oh, there it is.
We you know what we're doing right now? We're fighting resistance. I'm going through.
We are in the middle of a park that we shouldn't be in today. And it rained the last couple of nights. But, who fucking knew that the tree we would be under, which is a huge tree, as you can see.
I mean, what a gamble, though. I mean, out of all the trees in the park that I could have picked, and I walked around for a little bit, before I said, this is the tree.
You know what? I think what I'm going to do, if this cord goes, will the cord go? Can I interview the tree like I did the last
We got to do it. We have to get an interview of this tree here.
Hello, Mr. Tree. Yeah, how you doing? I just want to talk about what just happened. Look, I want to apologize. I have no control over when I fall. I've let myself go, my weight. You could see how big I am. I just fell, and there was no way that I was going to be able to stop myself. Now, I saw you two guys, so I tried to hold up. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Tree, but can I ask you, now I'm looking at your roots right here. Yeah. By the way, do you like that band, The Roots? On, I think it's Fallon's show. No, I don't like anything to do with Fallon's show. Even The Roots. Yeah, I like your roots, but what are you going to do? I mean, what's next for you? What's next for you, Mr. Tree? Well, I think what's next for me is this. I'm thinking the park department will come over here. They'll put yellow tape around me, and eventually they'll cut me up with a chainsaw. Wow, I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, well, I had a good run. It felt good to be in this park for as many years as I was. I got to see a lot of dogs. I was a home to a lot of squirrels and ants. By the way, sorry about the ants. But I think the ants sensed that I was going to fall. But, again, I'd like to apologize to you guys. I almost killed you. No, Mr. Tree, I mean, you really don't have any control over that. Yeah, I really don't. By the way, if you want to take some of my grass or something, you can. All right, Mr. Tree, well, thank you very much. Thank you, guys. And see you later. The tree agreeing to an interview in a very difficult time for the tree. I'm Eddie Pepitone with Apocalypse Soon. We got the interview.
Yeah, we got that interview.
People taking pictures of the tree.
Tree Watch
Doggies. Yeah.
2024.
Wow. Well, folks, as you can see, this podcast has taken a turn.
It really has. Oh.
I don't know what to say, folks. I'm out of breath, but please support us. I mean, obviously, we need it.
Yes. Yeah,
Tell them what they could do as far as bread and circus.
I'll go to patreon.com. You got $10 or $20. For $10, you get this podcast the day it comes out. Plus, you get to be a member, and you contribute in the comments and all that good stuff. The podcast comes out for everybody the week after on video on YouTube. So search Apocalypse Soon on YouTube. You'll find us on there, a bunch of clips and all that good stuff. And then, of course, EddiePepitone.com. You can see when Eddie's going out on the road. You can catch him live. And, yeah.
Folks, I think this tree speaks for itself. Mm-hmm. This podcast speaks for itself. We need your support, and this tree needs your support.
It does.
It may be a little late for the tree, but it's not late for us.
That's right. If you could bolster your support in the same way that this tree could have used a little bolstering of support, because
absolutely
what you're looking at behind us is the future of this podcast. Without Patreon,
this tree is a metaphor for what's going on with this podcast. Mm-hmm. We were uprooted from our studio as this tree was uprooted from its turf. Mm-hmm. And it is not easy what we just went through. Where the community is gathered around and is supporting us emotionally right now. Mm-hmm. People have walked over, very curious as to what happened to us. Some are disappointed that we're not dead. Some are happy that we're not dead. Some are in between, really. Some are like, that would have been a good story, but it would have been sad.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been a nice cap to our careers.
It would have been a button for the podcast.
Yeah,
that's
a nice
for sure.
little button.
It would nice little button that would have been if we were crushed by a tree and.
Yeah, Fine Arts finds the SD card and puts the last podcast together, plays it at the joint funeral.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Well, we'd like to thank our sponsor,
ExpressVPN.
ExpressVPN.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us on another life-threatening episode.
Hello, buddy. Hello.
Hey, hi. We got a guest.
Hi. What's your name?
Well, it's been an absolute blast being out here, putting our lives on the line, getting the adrenaline rush in my early 40s that I haven't felt since I was 16.
I have to go home now and eat.
Yes.
Eating calms me down.
All right, you want to give us the old tagline sign out?
Thank you for watching Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.